Police said clashes broke out on the Greek island of Lesbos early on Tuesday between police and residents protesting the construction of a migrant detention center. Witnesses said about 500 people attempted to block the unloading of heavy machinery accompanied by police reinforcements at a port ahead of the construction of the Aegean island. Clashes on the streets followed, with residents then attempting to block access to the construction site. The site on Lesbos will be a closed camp that tightly controls access and will replace a current open access camp at Moria, which is a sprawling facility built for less than 3,000 people that is now accommodating more than 18,000 asylum seekers. The new coronavirus has peaked in China but could still grow into epidemic, the World Health Organization has warned, as infections mushroom in other countries. Financial markets have gone into a tailspin after grim news of deaths and outbreaks in the Middle East, Europe and Asia, even as the Chinese epicenter appeared to be calming, with the death toll at its lowest for 3 weeks. But the situation is worsening in other countries, with more than 2,000 cases and 30 deaths reported abroad, prompting a raft of restrictions on travelers from infected nations. Italy was due Tuesday to host a summit of health ministers from neighboring countries to discuss a coordinated response to the coronavirus outbreak in northern Italy. Talks will involve health ministers from Austria, France, Slovenia, Switzerland, as well as from Germany and Croatia, the Italian health ministry said in a statement. The German health minister Jens Spahn said on Monday that the virus is not stopped by land borders. Asked whether it would be possible to close off entire cities or towns, as Italy has done in the northern Lombardy and Veneto regions, he said that this was a theoretical option but not necessary at this stage. The region's health authorities said Tuesday an Italian man has tested positive for coronavirus in Tenerife in the Canary Islands. Spanish media reported that the man was an Italian doctor on holiday in Spain. The Canary Islands health authorities said in a statement the man is currently being kept in isolation and his test results will be sent to Madrid for a second analysis as per Spain's protocol in suspected coronavirus cases. South Korean health authorities said Tuesday they aim to test more than 200,000 members of a church at the center of a surge of new coronavirus cases that has taken the country's tally to 893. South Korea's fast-spreading outbreak has fueled fears that the coronavirus, which is thought to have begun in the central Chinese city Wuhan in December, is developing into a pandemic. About 68% of South Korea's cases have been linked to the Shinjun Church of Jesus, which the first case was reported in a 61-year-old woman, but it's not known how she became infected. The Korea's Centers for Disease Control and Prevention said the 16 new cases reported Tuesday, 16 were in the southeastern city of Daegu, where the church is located, and 33 from nearby North Jinusang province. In Malaysia on Tuesday, several members of parliament are expected to have an audience with the young Di Pertuan Agong Al-Sultan Abdullah Riyaduddin Al-Mustafa Bilal Shah at Istana Negara. This is believed to be for the purpose of stating where they stand in an effort to form a new federal government following the resignation of Tun Nordin Mahathir Mohamad as Prime Minister Monday and the dissolution of the cabinet. Al-Sultan Abdullah cancelled the appointments of all ministers on the advice of the Prime Minister in accordance with Article 43 and 5 of the Federal Constitution. The King also appointed Dr. Mahathir as interim PM pending the appointment of a new Prime Minister. The Prime Minister of East Timor has sent a letter of resignation to the President, he said on Tuesday, as the tiny Southeast Asian nation faces new political instability after the collapse of a coalition supporting him in Parliament. Prime Minister Tu Matan Ruak said he was prepared to stay in office until the resignation was accepted to guarantee government activities in the country. Premier Ruak has only served since June 2018, following the collapse of the two previous governments. He said he was prepared to stay in office until the resignation was accepted to guarantee government activities in the country. At least 7 people were killed and around 150 were injured in clashes between opposing groups in the Indian capital, a police official said on Tuesday. The deadliest riots in the city since protests against a new citizenship law began over 2 months ago. 7 persons, including one head constable of Delhi Police, have died, said the police officer, adding around 150 persons were injured in the violence on Monday. The clashes erupted in a northeastern district of the city between thousands of people demonstrating for and against the new citizenship law. Police used tear gas and smoke grenades but struggled to disperse the stone-throwing crowds. They tore down metal barricades and set vehicles and a petrol pump alight. According to officials, floods that have crippled much of Indonesia's capital worsened Tuesday, inundating thousands of homes and buildings, including the presidential palace, and paralyzing transport networks. The National Disaster and Mitigation Agency's spokesman said overnight rains caused more rivers to burst into banks in Greater Jakarta starting Sunday, sending muddy water up to 1.5 meters deep into more residential and commercial areas. An official at the presidential office said floodwaters entered parts of Indonesia's presidential palace complex Tuesday morning, but the situation was brought under control with water pumps. The Trump administration is asking Congress for $2.5 billion to fight the fast-spreading coronavirus, including more than $1 billion of vaccines. With financial markets falling on concerns that the virus will have a significant impact on the global economy, the Trump administration is eager to show it's prepared to combat the virus despite the limited number of cases so far in the United States. The virus has spread to some 29 countries and territories beyond mainland China, with outbreaks in South Korea, Iran, and Italy. The spokeswoman for the White House Office of Management and Budget said Tuesday the administration is transmitting to Congress a supplemental funding plan to accelerate vaccine development. Japan's ANA Holdings said Tuesday it will buy 20 new Boeing 787-10 and 787-9 aircraft, with the planes expected to go into service between financial years 2022 and 2025. The order will be made up of 11 787-10 aircraft, which will serve the airline's domestic routes, and 9 787-9 aircraft to fly on the carrier's international routes. The price tag for the purchase was not disclosed. All Nippon Airways has been gradually replacing its Boeing 777s with 787s, citing better fuel efficiency and reduction in noise emissions. Manchester City may be set to go to war with UEFA, but time is of the essence for the English champions to satisfy its quest to win the Champions League. City heads to the Santiago Bernabeu Wednesday, knowing failure to beat 13-time winners Real Madrid over 2 legs could be its final European adventure for 2 years. UEFA slapped a stunning 2-season ban on City earlier this month for overstating sponsorship income between 2012 and 2016 to breach the financial fair play rules and failing to cooperate once an investigation was reopened following the leak of internal emails to German magazine Der Spiegel. A gallery of basketball legends joined thousands of Kobe Bryant fans in Los Angeles on Tuesday to pay tribute to the transcendent NBA star, his daughter, and 7 others who died in a helicopter crash last month that shocked the world of sports and beyond. The Celebration of Life Memorial at the Staples Center, Bryant's home arena, during most of his storied 20-season career with the Los Angeles Lakers, featured an emotional address by his widow, Vanessa. Bryant, who joined the National Basketball Association at age 18 straight out of high school, was a five-time NBA champion and fourth highest scorer in league history with 33,643 points. The Lakers, where he spent his entire career, retired both of his jersey numbers 8 and 24, which hang from the arena's rafters.